Hey everybody, it's Serena. Welcome back to my channel, Rena Talks. Now on today's video, I want to talk to those that have been in a bad relationship or experiencing heartbreak right now. Well, I want to share with you 8 things that I did to help me start fresh after experiencing heartbreak and abuse in the ending of my marriage. Okay, so here we go. The first one is move on. You have to move on. This is so important in helping the healing process of your heart and from healing and overcoming the trauma that you may have experienced from the breakup, the pain of the breakup. You have to move on in your heart. Now, moving on in your heart, sometimes it means you have to move your physical surroundings, move out of the space that you shared with this person. If it even means changing your number so that you can start over and move on in your heart, do whatever you have to do to be aggressive about regaining your peace and your sense of self again. Because experiencing heartbreak can really do a doozy on you. And it can make you feel lost. It can make you feel depressed and sad. It can make you feel hopeless. And you can experience so much pain. But in order to start fresh, you have to start the steps of moving on. Now, another thing that I want to highlight in the moving on process is forgiveness. Yep, I said it. Forgiveness. You have to forgive. You have to forgive the person. And you have to, in some cases, forgive yourself. Now, this may seem unfathomable when you're experiencing the pain, and if it's an abusive situation where you may feel like this person doesn't deserve my forgiveness. But let me tell you something. You ready? Come close. It's not about them. Forgiveness, guess what? It's about you. Yeah, forgiveness is about you. This initiates the closure that's needed in your life so that you can move on. This helps you let go of the negativity and the hurt and the pain and the trauma that was experienced through that relationship. The only way that you can start that process, you have to forgive. It's the most important thing in moving on. All right, the next thing is you have to tap into the power of your support system, your sisters, your brothers, your family, those people I would consider them your community. Allow them into your space. Allow them to love on you. Allow them to encourage you. When they call you, pick up the phone, sis. When they send you a text, read it. Allow them to be present in your life. They love you. And most importantly, they know you. And they care about you. So allow your people that God put in your life to surround you and support you. We can't do this alone. It's too painful. We need people in our life. We need our support system, our community to lift us up when we can't lift our own self up. So tap into the power of your support system. Number 3, journal everything. Journaling. If you don't have a journal, I don't know what you're doing. Go get you a book, right? Go to Walmart and get you a book, a notebook, and just begin, or pick up your phone. I don't have my phone with me. Pick up your phone, pull up a note app and start writing your feelings, writing your thoughts, writing your emotions, even the randomness of it. Write it down. You'll be surprised. It helps you not only relieve stress, release the pain, sort out your feelings, even brain dump, getting all those things out, but it helps you heal. This is all about what I can do to start the process of healing and to continue to cultivate healing in my life so that I can move on. And not just move on, but you want to be able to grow from this experience. You want to be able to mature so that you can make a different choice. So journal everything. Number 4, practice self-care. Practice self-care. Sometimes when you are experiencing heartbreak, whether it be from abuse or just the relationship didn't end the way you wanted it, the person decided to go in a different direction than you, You have to begin to love on yourself. It's nice to receive love from the outward people and people that you know care about you, like from your family and your friends, but you gotta love yourself too. You're valuable and you're worthy. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of being receiving love. Let me say that. Let me say that again. You are worthy of receiving love. Okay? So take the time to love on yourself. Take the time to discover the things that make you happy. Take the time to discover the things that bring you joy. Experiment. Try something new. Make a list of things that maybe you heard about, like going to get a massage or going to the spa. Hey, even something, go get your nails done or go get your hair done. Maybe go for ice cream and go for a long walk. Take a bubble bath. Practice things that pour love back into yourself. It's so important. You have to learn to love yourself again. So especially during this time, practice self-care. Number 5. You want to get a hobby. Find something to do, sis, to take your mind off of all of this. It's a lot. It's going to stress you out. It's going to cause anxiety. It can even cause fear and doubt. Okay? And after practicing all the other things that I've mentioned, find you something a healthy distraction. Learn something new. Find a new skill. Maybe rediscover a passion or a love that you had prior to the relationship. But get a hobby. You know, one of the things that I picked up was planning. I would consider myself a planner babe. I love planners. I love decorating with stickers and just expressing myself on paper and in creating notebooks and different things like that. So that's something that I enjoy, that I discovered in my healing process. And it's so relaxing and therapeutic. So I encourage you, get you a hobby. Number 6. Prayer and meditation. This is all as equally as important as all the other 5 things that I've mentioned. Prayer and meditation. Prayer helps you come to your Heavenly Father. Pour out your heart before Him. Tell Him how you feel. He's not going to judge. And lay it all out before God. Allow Him to minister to your heart. Allow Him to heal your heart. And the only way that you can do that is come into a place of honesty, coming to Him in a place of transparency and vulnerability, and giving it all to God and say, hey, God, I messed up on this one. I gave my heart to someone that wasn't worthy of my love and my attention. And Lord, I need you to piece my heart back together again. Pour your love out on me and make me whole. So pray into your Father, because it's a love relationship. He wants you to come to Him and share your heart with Him so that He can share His heart with you. And also meditate on His word. His words are healing. And when you may not feel like reading later on down the line, that word will come back to you and it'll be just what you need. So take the time to do that. Take the time to pray. Take the time to meditate. Sometimes this is something that my spiritual mother told me years ago when I was experiencing a different situation of heartbreak. What she said was, allow the Father to sit in it with you. Invite God in on the heartbreak and allow God into the emotion. So you hear that? So invite Him into the experience with you. You know, sometimes I would just listen to worship music in my sadness or in my depression or when I felt hurt and pain. I would pull on some worship music because I'm a worshiper. I love to worship God. I love singing to Him. I love just expressing my heart to Him in music. So one of the biggest things that I did was I would invite Him in and just play worship music to surround me with His presence until I got there. So I encourage you to do the same. Number 7, you got to, for those married folks, Even for those that weren't married, but that were in a cohabitation situation, despouse your space. So important. How can you move on and get over somebody if his picture's still sitting up in your house? Or you still got pictures of them in your phone? How can you get over somebody when their clothes still in your closet? You got to despouse your space. Clean out the things, declutter those things that remind you of your relationship and what you shared, or remind you of that other person. What I did was I went through the whole house and decluttered. I removed all their things, sent them on with their family, and began to start making a fresh start in that way. I even redecorated. If that means you got to change a coat of paint on the wall, change your furniture, change your bedding, do whatever you have to do, but you have to despouse your space so that you can reestablish your environment for where you are in your life now. And last but not least, this is crucial, and I'm speaking specifically to those in the Black community. Go to therapy. Therapy. You can do all those things and not get where you need to be because you haven't sought a therapist. It's so important. A therapist is so critical to the healing process because they can help you sort through your feelings and your emotions. They can give language to what you may be experiencing and you don't know how to express it. They can even touch and tap into those issues, those childhood issues, or other unresolved issues in your life that you never got healed from, that you never got delivered from, that you never addressed. So see a therapist. And let me say this about a therapist as well. Be intentional about who you choose as your therapist. Like for me, I chose a therapist that was a person of color. I chose a therapist that specialized in trauma, family, and children, that specialized in what I experienced. And I chose someone that had a holistic approach to therapy. And that was the best decision that I ever made. So those are the 8 things that I did towards a fresh start. I moved on. I tapped into the power of my support system. I practiced self-care. I began to journal everything. I prayed, I meditated, I forgave, I despoused my space, I sought a therapist. These are some things that I did to help me cultivate healing in my life. And I encourage you to do the same. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Again, if you like what you see and you want to hear more from me, I encourage you to subscribe and also hit that notification bell so that you get a notification whenever I drop another video. Also, if you like this, hit the like button below. And also, one last thing, I want you to, in my links below is the link to my blog. And inside my website, there's an article specifically that goes into detail about what we discussed today. Within their article, I have a freebie for y'all, which is a free prayer template to walk you through forgiveness if you need help in that area. Okay? Well, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.